So in the last in the last video, we have seen the activity. In this particular activity, we can understand that if you are using fertilizers, so the plants will grow faster compared to the manure. And if you are not adding manure and fertilizers, and simply if you are growing the crops that the plants cannot grow in a healthy manner. So that is what I am trying to say in this. That is what we can understand from this activity. Okay, so next, uh, this is, you can observe, you can try this activity at your home, and you can clearly observe that. So how that the plant's growth is taking place while using fertilizers, while using manure. So without using fertilizers and manure, how plants can be grown, that you can see that. Next, if you want to see that the difference between the manure and fertilizers, here that there are four differences as listed. There are many differences are there. You can see that fertilizers are basically is inorganic substances or inorganic matter, but manure is organic matter, because which is obtained from plant and waste animal product. Okay, and second thing, fertilizers are prepared in factories. Okay, but fertilizers we cannot prepare in the soil field. We can only prepare in the industries. But manure you can prepare in the garden or field, or you can prepare in your home also. Okay, the fertilizers does not provide humus to the plants. Yes, of course, it's rich in particular kind of nutrients, so there is no provide of humus to the plants. But manure provides rich in humus, so this humus basically helpful for to increasing the water capacity, water holding capacity in the soil. Second things, the increase that soil texture. Okay, these are the advantage if you are using manure. And second things, fertilizers are very rich in particular kind of nutrients, so such as nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. But manure also contain these, but it's not that much rich what fertilizers have. Okay, so these are the differences you can see from fertilizers and manure. Next, after understanding about the third, adding manure and fertilizers, next we can start that. Next concept is irrigation. Irrigation means what? Irrigation is a process of supplying of water to the plants. Okay, supply of water to the plants at different interval of time is known as irrigation. Okay, so irrigation is very important while growing a crops. Suppose if you are not supplying water at particular time, okay, then what will happens? You cannot going to get a good yield. Okay, that's why, so please always we need to be what we can call it as add more and more means add we have to add more and more water to the crops, so then only we can grow a good crops. That's why irrigation plays an important role. Okay, irrigation means supply of water to the plants. So if you want to see that, basically we can see that irrigations it's depends on what kind of soil is there. Suppose some soil is too much hot, okay, so they will get dry faster. Some soil is, clay soil, or you have studied in the lower classes like 7th classes types of soil. So depend on what kind of soil is present, based on amount of irrigations will becomes depends. And second, climatic conditions. Okay, if that surrounding climatic condition, whether it's a hot or humid or the cold conditions, depends on the climatic conditions, we need to supply the water. That is also it matters. And apart from the temperatures and other factors will becomes influence the irrigations. Okay, depend upon the climatic conditions, and what kind of soil is present, and what kind of crops we are growing. Based on that, we need to supply the water at different interval of time. So next, if you want to see that, if you want to do irrigations, basically you require some source of irrigation. Source means, so from where we are getting that this water. So basically that water we are getting from wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams, canals. So these are the different sources. From this we are getting the water, and using this water we are supplying to the crops. So in olden days, the farmers are following traditional methods of irrigations. Traditional methods means using animal force, using man force. We are lifting the water from wells, we are lifting the water from canals, and we are supplying that water to the crops. So that method we are call it as traditional methods of irrigations. Example, moat. Okay, moat means pulley system, chain pump system, rahat, dekli. So these are that some traditional techniques that in olden days farmers are using. Nowadays, modern days, okay, we are getting different techniques, like we are using that some pumps. Okay, diesel pump is there, biogas pump is there. Okay, so using a pump we are lifting the water and we are supplying the water to the crops. So now we are coming to the modern technique of irrigation. In modern methods of irrigations, there are two techniques are there in modern irrigation. The first one is sprinkler system. Sprinkler system means this techniques is basically useful in uneven field. Suppose if you are growing in hill station, suppose if you are grown in uneven field, in that particular field you need to supply the water to the crops. It's not so easy. So in such kind of fields we can use this sprinkler system. It will becomes more useful. Okay, so in sprinkler system the motor is connected with the pipe, and the pipe main pipe is connected with the rotating nozzle. Okay, and when you start that, what we can call it as, when you start the motor, then automatically it will started to that nozzle will started to rotate, and the water will become spread in the surrounding areas. in that way in that way you can use this sprinkler system. Okay, next, drip system. Okay, so drip system is also another modern method. So basically drip system one of the best system. We can consume lot of water. Suppose in all over the India, whichever the place they are having they are having very less water content. So in that state they can implement this drip irrigation, and also they can grow more and more crops. So what is this drip irrigation system? In this system the water falls drop by drop just at the position of the roots. So it is called drip system. It is the best technique for watering fruits, plants, gardens and trees. That means suppose if you are maintaining a garden, or if you are growing some fruits plants, then use this drip irrigation. You can consume the water. Okay, so in these techniques that the water will exactly drop in the plants. Okay, plants roots drop by drop. Okay, and also the water will not get wasted. Next, after studying about irrigations, next technique is next technique is, that is protection from weeds. That means this is, I think so, this will be that sixth technique, I think so. Okay, first technique is preparation of soil, second one is sowing of seed, third one is adding manure and fertilizers, and fourth one is irrigation. Okay, I think fifth one is we can call it as protection from weeds. Protection from weeds means what? Suppose wherever else if you are growing a crops, in that particular places their unwanted plants are also growing. So these unwanted plants, it will spoil the healthy plants. It will spoil the healthy plants. That means it will spoil the crop, and then we are not going to get the good yield. So that's why what we have to do, we need to remove that unwanted plants. Okay, so removing of unwanted plant. Okay, unwanted plants means weed. So that process we are call it as weeding. Uproot of unwanted plants is known as weeding. So weeding we can done by hand picking method. We can You can take the support of labor and we can remove that unwanted plants using our hands. And also you can use that hoe instrument using, and we can remove that. Okay, this is also one of the techniques. Next, weeds and weeding. The removal of weeds is called weeding. Weeding is necessary since weeds compete with the crop plants for water, nutrient, space, and light. Thus, they affect the growth of the crop. Okay, so that's why, that means we have to remove the unwanted plants, otherwise it will spoil the crops. Next, protection from the weeds means weeds and weeding. So basically weeds are also controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides. Means nowadays in the market certain weeds are there. Those weeds, if you want to kill that, okay, if you want to remove that, so then we can also use some kind of chemicals that we can call it as weedicides. Example, 2,4-D. 2,4-D is a weedicide name. If you are applying this, we can kill the weeds. Okay, it's a chemical, just you have to spread it in the weeds, so that automatically, so the weeds will get burned. Next, after removal of weeds, now the crops is ready. Okay, now you done the preparation of soil, then you did the sowing of seed, then you adding manure and fertilizers, and time to time you are supplying water to the crops. Okay, then now, and also next is whatever the unwanted plants are there, you removed using weedicide or by man force or labor force, you have removed that. Now the crops is ready for harvesting. So after sowing of a seed, 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, 6 months, so the plants will come for the cutting process. Okay, so that cutting process we are call it as harvesting. Okay, so harvesting we can done with the help of, one is that sickle. Sickle is the instrument. So you can see that in this in the picture. So this, so using this instrument sickle, we can cut the crops, we can do the cutting of crops. The cutting of crops we can call it as harvesting. So this cutting of crops, nowadays machines are also there. Okay, so that's combined harvester. Combined harvester is a machine that we can cut that. Okay, so harvesting in our country is either done manually by sickle or by machine called harvester. Harvester is a machine is there. Nowadays combined harvester is there. Combined harvester means first it will do harvesting, after harvesting then also it will do threshing, winnowing, these process you have studied in the lower classes, what is threshing and winnowing. Okay, so coming to the threshing. Threshing means what? After harvesting the crops, then we are dry the crops. After dry, we are taking the bundles and we are beaten harder to the hard surface, and we separate cereal separately and waste product separately. This process we can call it as threshing. So nowadays what will happens, you can see this machine, this is the combine harvester. Once this machine, it will do cutting also, and it will do threshing also, it will do winnowing also. So everything it is done by the machine. Ultimately we are getting the seeds, whatever the crops we are directly getting. So this machine we can call it as combined harvester. Okay, after cutting of the crops is done, now what we have to do? We have to store the crops, right? Yes or no? So we need to store the crops, because the last technique after harvesting of the crops, next we need to store the crops. So how to store that? Because these crops we can use it for 1 year, 2 years. So depend on how you will safely you are keeping these crops. Okay, this that safely when you are maintaining these crops, that we can call it a storage. We need to particular place, you need to safely maintain it, so that we can call it as storage. Basically before storing any kind of crops, we need to dry properly. If you are not going to dry properly, the moisture content, if moisture content, if it is present in the food item, then microbes will attack to the food and it will spoil the food. So that's why before storing of any kind of crops, we need to be dried properly. Okay, this is very very important. So you can see that if freshly harvested grains are stored without drying, they may get spoiled or attacked by organisms, losing their germination capacity. Okay, so that means that's why whatever the crops you are storing, before storing that, you have to be dry it. Next, storage. The farmers are store that whatever the crops, grains, using jute bags are using for storing. Okay, metallic bins are using. Okay, then godans are there, silos are there. Okay, these are the different ways you can store the grains. Okay, because some of the times insect will attack, rats will attack. Okay, sometimes that microorganisms are attacked, so that's why properly we need to keep some chemicals, we need to keep some cow dung and all, we have to be clean that particular area, then we need to store, so that insects will not attack, rats will not easily come, and the seeds will not get spoiled, the crops will not get spoiled. Okay, hope so. This is how you can store the crops, and after store the crops, whenever you need that crops you can use it. Okay, this is how that farmers are usually follow this technique to grow a crops. After growing a crops, when it is harvested, after harvested, the properly they will store. Okay, and then they can use it for the next year also. Okay, the last concept from this chapter is, that is animal husbandry. So what is this animal husbandry means? Animal husbandry also one of the technique, or one of the method for getting the food for us. That means if you are properly, if you are reared the animals, means when you are properly take care of the animals, so animals are also provide food to us, like animal husbandry means like the cow which is provide milk to us, so that milk is also a food product we can directly use, and that milk we can also convert it into curd and many other dairy products we are getting from that. Okay, so animal husbandry also one of the technique. From this technique, from this method, we are used to get the food from it. Okay, so properly if you are maintaining that, if you're properly, if you are take caring of animals, if you are doing that, so we will get good yield of food. Okay, so thank you so much. We have studied means all the concept from this chapter. If you have any doubts or any queries or whatever the things, if you want to ask, so you can directly ask to me. You have that my number, WhatsApp number, you can contact me, you can ask your doubts. I am always available for to solve your doubt. Okay, so don't hesitate to ask your doubt, and thank you so much. Thank you. And see, in this chapter we have learned some keywords, that is agricultural practices, animal husbandry, crop, fertilizers, granaries, harvesting, irrigation, kharif, manure, plow, rabi, seeds, silos, sowing, storage, threshing, weeds, weedicides, winnowing. Winnowing also one of the technique. Okay, so hope so you are understanding about the first chapter. So I enjoyed a lot. So hope so you will also enjoy. In this chapter you will learn, and you will going to ask the questions, whatever doubts or anything. And thank you. So next I will meet in the next video. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So any questions you can ask that. Okay, no problem. Thank you.